Sometimes as a guitarist, you think to yourself, it would be handy to have a sixth finger, but we don't. The 7 techniques. The next one is tapping. So because we haven't got a sixth finger on the left hand, what we do is we extend the hand by using a finger on the tapping hand here. Now, like I said, I use the pick and I use these 2 fingers here, because I like to use that hybrid approach. But if you're not there yet, then you might find useful to extend with these. So instead of having the sixth finger on this hand, what we do is we use these here. Now, because I hold my pick there like this, I just use this one here. So what we could do is we could put that extra note in by tapping with this middle finger. Now, those of you will know that Eddie held his pick like that, Eddie Van Halen, and he used this finger. I find that really difficult. But the thing is, the tapping, if you think about it, hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, pull off, pull off. Hammer, hammer, pull. Because I'm doing the same action here. When I tap, I'm plucking the string with the tap. What you do is you get that blend of that hammer-on idea, the pull-off, and that legato feeling. I've got this crazy diagram at the bottom of the page there that I just think those as being as logic and heart, head and heart. So we can think of it that way. So really, that's tapping, which is kind of a hammer-on and a pull-off. The next and the final technique is what happens when it comes to changing strings. What we generally would do is we could use a mixture of pick, pull, hammer, and then you pull off, hammer, pull off, hammer, pull off, or you could pick through those and they're going to give you a texture. But that's not the only way to change through the strings, because what if the note is in the next fret as well? And this is what I call the roll. And we've got this rolling motion. And I imagine it's almost like those rubber stamp things. You ink them up and it says paid or sold. And you can just practice doing that, making sure they're clean. Don't hold it like that, because you'll get a 2-note chord. Yeah? Roll it. I realised this from... And that was the bit that made me think it's easier for me to do that. Now I could play it like... or use my fingers and change them around, but I've thought rolling it made more sense to me. So if I take that, up to B minor where I've been playing. So if I take the B minor scale, so you get a really nice effect with that. But what it also means is you can do little licks like this. This is a particular one that I annoy myself. A bend on the G string here, and then a roll on the 9th on the D and the G string. Yeah. I can do it over 3. And I'm raking up with the pick. That little roll can do a lot of stuff, and it's great for playing your pentatonics. The rake is more of an effect. I wouldn't think it's a technique. The rake, what you do is you palm mute, you do a rake down the palm muted strings, like that, just before you go into a bend, yeah? So I'm going to bend this note here. So you can hear, got that rake. Now with a lot of filth on the distortion on the guitar amp, then that rake really brings some punch and attack at the beginning of the note. Yeah, so... yeah. But like anything, you want to make sure that you don't overuse one technique while you're doing something. And this is why I think it's important to have these 7 in mind, because you can mix them and you can experiment.